Today, guys, we're going to be discussing bobbin making, and you probably had a buddy at some time tell you how much better he liked the gray bobbin pickups than the black bobbin pickups because those gray bottoms sound so terrific. Well, I got news for you. The color of the bobbins don't influence the tone in any kind of way. Your buddy wasn't wrong. He might have liked the gray bottoms better, but it's probably for a different reason, either because of the plain enamel versus the form bar that was used, or perhaps he was playing some 50 styles pickups that had Alnico 3s in it, and maybe he preferred the 5s that they were using in the 60s. Now, it's important that if you make pickups, don't cheap out on your flat work. Don't use plastic stuff, and don't use cheap fiberboard either, because some of that stuff can shrink. Anyway, I'm going to go through and show you kind of the process of building a bobbin and the tools involved. It's relatively simple if you have the right tools. I wouldn't recommend trying to do this with a screwdriver. Flat work cut real tight around the magnet, so we really have to force it in there because we want the pickup to stay together for forever. And so we believe that if we have really tight fits with the magnets going in to the fiber, then that's a good place to start, and then we will go through and super glue it, and then we'll coat it with lacquer. So anyway, without further ado, I will get right into it and start pressing here a bobbin. So a key thing to remember that when you're doing this is, for example, a lot of foreign pickups you'll see they don't bevel, and even some guys that make them here, but some stock pickups you'll see that they don't bevel the tops, and the tone changes when you bevel. There's what they call a vintage bevel, which is very subtle. And then there's more drastic bevel, which I've never really been a fan of. But anyway, when you're doing these vintage bevel, if you don't have great eyes, it's hard to tell the difference between the flat sharp side and the beveled side, but you can feel it. So we have an arbor press here. This guy here, it's like you can't see the whole thing, but it's kind of like, looks like a drill press or whatever, but 1-ton arbor press. And I have a couple of these. I have this device in here that helps press down magnets, and then I have another one where we don't have that in there, and I like stopping to move things. But for the purposes of this video, I'm just doing it all on this one, which you can get by. But I usually set up 2 when I'm building a lot of bobbins. Always feeling to make sure that I have the right end going down there, because it's no fun once you've built a bobbin, and it's happened to all of us. You got the wrong magnet in the wrong spot, or you've got the bevel upside down. You gotta start over. And these, I've already put the eyelets in. So after you've kind of pressed them, you kind of want to make sure they're all somewhat flush there. And so then after that, you get the top piece of flat work out and set that on like that. And you just kind of go through and press it one by one. That's how we do it. And we got this nice little jig. Really makes it all much easier to do. Otherwise, you're just kind of pressing everything individually. Turn it around like that. And then take it out, and you got a nice bobbin there.